Hello.
Hi, friends. Hi,
Oh,
Mama.
so cute and pretty.
You're cute and pretty. You guys watching this are cute and
Cute and
pretty.
pretty.
You. We
How is
love you.
everyone doing on the minimalist decluttering challenge, Megan?
Pretty great. I will say I love the comments. I love everything that's been happening this month. I love that at least here in Indiana where we are, the sun has started coming up, which has very much made it me feel like I should be spring cleaning all the things. But things like decluttering iPhones or your phone and your computer and like getting and then your life is feeling good. I'll have to tell you.
I loved it too. I love the fact that everyone said their one thing, because then we took the calendar and we plugged in like what everyone. So at some point, even if you only do the one thing, you're getting something done that should feel good.
Yes. And I was thinking, like, this week has kind of been busy personally. So I thought, okay, great. Anything I missed this week, I can always go back to March and be like, okay, I didn't get to this or this. So it'll be there anytime you want to go back and you feel the urge to declutter.
Just look for the hashtag.
Yep.
I can't remember. Somebody is saying, Mommy. 1 minute, please.
Mommy's busy.
Mom life. Okay, so today we are going to just do a fun video. I was researching stuff for this month and I found this article that was 6 types of minimalists. And I just thought it was too fun. Let's figure out what type everybody is.
I love this. I do think that personality testing they're like one of my favorite things. Everybody likes to take the quiz to see like what Disney they are, what their personality type is. So we want to see what your minimalistic personality type is and put it in the comments below, because it will be so much fun to talk through and see what everybody is.
Yes, I love it so much. Okay, so we're going to run through these really fast. The first one is an aesthetic minimalist. You are all about what it looks like. You're going to have less clutter on your walls. Your favorite color is going to be white, crisp, fresh, clean. Bare countertops. It's not the case in my house. And then I love that they included these 2 things. So your signature move would be getting rid of things that don't match and buying a set that does. Or you might love an elegant continuous line print, which is super adorable.
I love that. This to me, that one reminds me of like a duck, where it's like everything's super clean and amazing on top, but like maybe your legs are going really fast underneath the water, but it looks really pretty and simple and stress-free on the outside, which I love.
That's amazing.
All right. So number 2, the Essential Minimalist. So this is like, they just need the essentials. Basically, they're obsessed with like living, like using less, having less, paring down their belongings. They go into their closet and they just see exactly like what they need each week. It reminds me of like Steve Jobs, that would have like 8 million of the same shirt that he did, his basic stuff. And that's all he wore every day. So he didn't stress about it. And then they also like to buy the best thing they can afford. It's a lot about quality and not a bunch of having them. I loved the signature move was throwing out all but a dozen hangers for their curated seasonal wardrobe that they've created and that they're doing. I have a really great friend who is on here who has done a lot of this, and I love it. And I totally look at her as my hero of minimalism with her wardrobe that she's been doing. And what you might love is replacing your usual reading material with audiobooks or e-magazines, so that you don't have all of the things that you don't need all the time. Not essential.
I love that. Okay, the next one is called Experiential Minimalist. So these people believe that experiences are more important than things. It's definitely a trend that I'm seeing all over Facebook. Like at Christmas, people are like, hey, you know, my kids don't need a bunch of stuff, but we'd love a zoo membership, or we would love children's museum membership. So I definitely feel like just in general, people are heading this direction. It is more a symptom of their lifestyle rather than an outcome of intentional creation, which I also thought was interesting. Like, it's not something you consciously do, but you have the stuff you need for the experience you need, and not just like a bunch of extra stuff sitting around. You might also call them backpack minimalists for their ability to fit their entire life into a bag and be ready for anything, which I thought was super interesting. But in my article that I read, it did say this doesn't mean that you're like a backpacker across Europe. It can be, you can be any kind of person. You just, when you need to go, you have your basic stuff that you just throw in a bag and you can go. Their signature move is throwing out all of their hangers because their clothes are in a suitcase. And they might love to take a new class or learn a new skill.
I love that one. That one makes me super excited. That's everything I want to be. Okay, our fourth one is a sustainable minimalist, and this is fun. They are focused on green living, like reducing their footprint, reducing their dependence and consumption, and any harm they're doing to the environment. And I love this thought too, which I thought was interesting, that they might own more stuff, but they're things like the tools and the land and the clothes, if that means they can want for less and not need to be dependent on less, and they're making a smaller footprint. Priorities to reduce waste and live off the land to make do or do without, which I love. And this reminds me of, like, I don't know if you guys have these, but I think every community does, like a buy nothing. Ours is like buy nothing Zionsville, and you can hop on, and it's where you're not buying new stuff, you're trading it within this group, and it's awesome.
Yes,
it's really,
I love those groups.
Yeah, it's neat. So, and their signature move is crafting their own hangers from reclaimed wire and wood they sourced from their own land. I love this. This is like, I want to be this, I want to be all of these people. And they might love learning how to make something from scratch.
Okay, next, Thrifty Minimalist. You spend less, but you don't necessarily use less. You're waste conscious. I will say one of the rules in my house is that we don't waste food. So, you know, if you take it, you eat it. You can find them tending to their gardens, shopping at thrift stores, and refinishing furniture. They embrace the minimalist lifestyle because of their financial situation. Sometimes they are in little apartments, or at the very least bunked up with people to save on rent. And they hang on to things as much as they can. So order, maybe, I'm not sure, that sounds extreme, but probably just because, you know, you have a closet of craft stuff and you're like, someday I might make a wreath with the their signature move is asking the dry cleaner if they have any extra hangers to take home with them.
That was my favorite signature move.
And they might love doing anything multi-tool that can refinish furniture or repair things around the house.
I love it. And lastly, mindful minimalists. So they get joy and spiritual enlightenment from by ridding themselves of extra thing. It's like The Purge, but not the movie The Purge. It's more like your house and life purge. They're very sensible, purely for the purpose of a peaceful setting and having peace of mind, letting go of their possessions. And it's mostly about letting go of guilt or stress or other feelings that might be negative attached to that. And then I love this, stripping away excess allows the mindful person to find more purpose in their day-to-day life. They don't have all the excess and the extra. Their signature move is standing in their bedroom, contemplating which of their clothes hangers spark the most joy, which we've talked about a lot. And they might love reading a motivational book about spiritual decluttering. Love the mindful minimalist.
Okay, so we have to know, Megan, which one are you?
It's really crazy. I think all of these speak to me, and I'm like, I love this, or I do this little thing like this. I think at the end of the day, it's probably more the first or the last for me. The one thing that is clean usually always in my house are my countertops. Like, other than the desk in my office, every countertop, I need it clean. I want the floors of the closets clean. I want things put away, and it's like things simple because it makes me feel less stressed when I come into a space. And I love to purge things, but I got a lot of growth, man. I got a lot of work to do after reading these. I don't know. What about you?
So I was going to say, like you said, I think I could see myself being parts of all of them. Like, I definitely hang on to stuff if I think the kids might need it for like a craft project, or my husband is really into woodworking. So we do buy more expensive tools, but then he made the table that I'm sitting at. So I can see bits of it, but I think the one that speaks to me the most was the very last one, the mindful minimalist, because I'm definitely like an angry cleaner. Like, if I have a lot of stress, I call it angry cleaning my kitchen. And like the kids know, like, let mommy in her zone. And I just go to town, and I love throwing things away, and I love just getting it out. It just feels so good. So I think I'm the last one.
I love it. I want to be that adventure one though, too.
Let's just go. Put it in a backpack.
Cool. Yeah. Love it. Oh, I love it. You guys let us know who you are and what minimalist you connect with the most, or the one that you want to be like, that you're shooting for. Put it in the comments and then we can talk all about it.
Yes. Let us know. Bye, guys.
Bye.